My name's Gwyn James. I'm Area Business Manager for Nettex, covering Wales and the South West. Also got a family farm that I help out at busy times of the year. Today we're at Broom Park Farm in the sunny South West to see James Warwick to talk about boluses. Hi James.
Thank you, Gwyn. I'm James Warwick. We farm in North Cornwall. We've got a pedigree herd of South Devon cattle here. And yeah, we're going to be bolusing these girls ready for calving.
So I'm just going to go through the features and benefits of the Endurabol bolus. So this bolus is called single point erosion. So you have boluses that the whole surface erodes, but on the technology in these, it only comes off one end. And the interesting point of that is that as the bolus gets smaller, the surface area is reduced, so less nutrition comes off it, or you get spikes in what nutrition comes off it. With a single point erosion, it only comes off one end, so we can control the release, the daily release. Right. Okay, so the way the technology works, you put two boluses in, and we always have to use two boluses. They sit into the reticulum next to each other, and they're constantly tapping against each other. So as it starts to erode the top, comes down, it weakens this resin around the edge, and that chips away consistently. The huge advantage of that is that you're only getting it from one side, so it's the same consistency for the 6-month period of the bolus. The best analogy is like a candle, so as a candle gets smaller, the flame stays the same size. So when you're looking at a graph, at month 1 and month 6 is going to show you the same level of daily release on the product. When we finish these before they go out, we dip them in wax as well. The importance of this wax is when you store them, no moisture can go in, so they always stay fresh all the time. Another big advantage of the way these tap against each other, so when you're changing diet, say bringing the cattle in off grass onto forage or cereals, it can change the structure of the rumen fluid and the pH, which can affect how a bolus will erode. Because there's a mechanical function of this tapping together, none of that makes any difference, and the trials show that it has no difference to how much daily release. So what we're saying with this is very consistent technology and proven over many, many years. We've got 5 trace elements and 3 vitamins in here as well. We use a cold press technology, so there's no heat treatment on it. Because it's a cold press, the vitamins allows us to put vitamins in there. Yep. So we have vitamin A, D3 and vitamin E in there, along with the trace elements. We've also got manganese and zinc in there, which a lot of our competitors don't use. There's added benefits to our product. So our boluses contain 6 trace elements and 3 vitamins. The added vitamins are a huge selling point. When you're talking about the trace elements, we have your copper, cobalt, selenium and iodine in there, but also we have zinc and manganese in there as well.
Mm-hmm. So this is our in-calf cows then. They were all scanned in calf about a month ago. They are due in sort of 3 months' time. I'm just wondering what sort of product would be best to use for them. We know that the ground is quite iodine and copper deficient.
Right, okay.
So yeah, we're just
well, I mean, with our range, we have got a specific pre-calving bolus, but our a very popular one would be our high iodine. Mm-hmm. So it depends on your scenario. So the high iodine, because of known iodine deficiency in the UK, is a very good bolus to use. Yep. The pre-calv, and that lasts 6 months. And the pre-carver, which has been specifically designed for pre-calving, application, lasts 4 months. Right. But because you say you have iodine and copper deficiency, when you look at the analysis, the actual copper and iodine are higher in the high iodine bolus. Right. So in your scenario, even though you won't necessarily need that extra 6 month, that extra 2 month cover, if you like, it would better suit you because the daily release of iodine and copper would be higher. Yep. So in the range, we've got 5 different boluses in the range. So the most popular one would be the high iodine and our cattle one. Mm-hmm. So high iodine, because of known deficiencies in the UK of iodine, it's got good levels of copper in there as well. It's a really popular bolus. The big advantage of the cattle one is it lasts 8 months, and there's not many boluses out there last that sort of length. The levels will be slightly lower than the high iodine, so it's an ideal sort of general purpose bolus, good for turnout because it lasts such a long time. And then moving from there, we have more specialist boluses then in the range. We've got a pre-calving bolus that lasts 4 months, which you'd want to be putting into the animals around sort of drying off times. Then we have an organic one. The organic one's a really popular one as well because there's not many options for organic farmers out there. And this has been is a PAS-approved bolus. The big difference with that and the rest of the range doesn't contain vitamins. You can't have the vitamins in an organic product. Right. Then we have a biotin product, a biotin bolus, which is great for hoof health. There's a lot of evidence out there now showing increased milk yields as well. Right. So, you know, obviously a beef scenario here, but with a dairy unit, you know, more milk, you know, equals more money. So there's, you know, there's some good advantages for that bolus as well. Endurabol cattle boluses are available through all good merchants across the UK. If you want further information, please go to our website on www.nettex.co.uk. We're also available to help on Instagram and Facebook. If you'd like to message on that, one of our helpful team will get back to you.